Welcome to the Toronto Until Blue Jays podcast. I'm Steve Artabello with Anthony Harris and Theo Giordano. You can find our website, torontountilt.com. You can find our Twitter at TorontoUntilt. And you can find us, our YouTube, where this video will be posted, Toronto Untilt. And finally, you can find our audio anywhere that you listen to podcasts. That's Apple, Google, Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, Bleaker, all of the things. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends. Man, this was a good week. We were at the ball game too. It didn't start the week didn't start off with the good vibes that it very much ended with, starting during the long weekend. But I guess we'll start off with that A series, boys. Theo, do you want to? Orioles series. Sorry, yeah, that's what I meant.
We were saying before the week, we were so pessimistic. I ran and we watched part of our episode. We were very upset.
Yes.
And we basically said, you need a perfection. You need a Rockies-type run where you win all these games. And it started with the Orioles. We said we need to sweep the Orioles every time we play them. We didn't do that. In the games we won, it felt like
they were so tight.
We're having trouble getting going. And it felt like even though they won that series, that it was like, okay, what does that change though? They still need to basically win every A's game and win this Yankee series. Like there's no, it didn't really gain us any momentum.
Yeah, it felt like what we were talking about. It felt like they weren't a playoff team and they were proving it even though they won that series.
Yeah.
Like it was such a grind against the Orioles.
They were falling behind, not scoring runs. They had to come through like really big situations to beat a really bad team.
And you miss John Means. Like, remember if you looked at all of their starters too, like Keegan Akin, Matt Harvey, these are the dregs of the Baltimore Orioles here. Like,
yeah,
I know Harvey went on that little run where he was kind of good for like 3-4 starts, but he's back to being Matt Harvey. So
we've had a laundry list of bad starters who have done amazing against us this season.
Yeah, it's been rough. And then we get into that A's game, and we were at the Friday game, and it was just really nice to be back at a Jays game, being back in the Dome, drinking overpriced drinks at the Jays game, and it didn't start well. I mean, it started kind of okay. It was 2-2 after the Teoscar dinger. Manoah got hit around early.
It started horrible for us. Those were the Rogers Center hot dogs. I don't know what they do to them.
Oh, me and Theo completely made a terrible decision because Tony grabbed street meat before we walked in, and we hesitated and didn't, and then ended up getting hot dogs. And there's no condiment station because of COVID, so we had to just raw dog. It was a bad idea. Should have got street meat. So it started off on the wrong foot, and then Manoah's allowing runs left, right, and center, getting squared up. Like he allowed 6 over 6. It wasn't ideal. Pearson came in, and that was worse.
Bad luck. I think it was
some bad luck, but not great.
Throwing a lot of heat, but he was getting just slapped around the yard.
Also, was one of those the Teoscar play? Watching him track a baseball is terrifying from the angle.
Yeah, one of them was a Teoscar play.
We were very close to him.
We were in right field.
Beside Teoscar, and just watching him like you're not close
track baseballs. It's an adventure. It's just as much an adventure as you see live, like as you see on TV. It's that live. Like he felt so much better this year, and then watching that game, it was like, oh, so it's still like this. Okay.
No, and we saw the hit batters too.
Yeah. Oh man, fucking
Manoah just completely lost control there.
Yeah, like
in the fifth inning.
Josh Harrison losing his mind, like thumbs down the fan like he's the Mets, getting the Rogers Center fans fired up, which definitely did not help his team's cause there.
Like that would have been cool if they were winning, but they lost every game. So
exactly, and he carried it through the weekend, and they got pounded. So it was
I'm sure it made the games more enjoyable for him, but like from the team outlook, it's just like, what are you doing?
That happened at the 8-2 mark, right? Like we were really out of the game, and it felt like that kind of sparked the fans at least, and maybe sparked the team.
The vibe of the Dome though was awesome because it's super loud. Even when it was 8-2, everyone was still in it, very much invested in the baseball game, which you don't see all the time. Sometimes Rogers Center, like you don't have you get really loud crowds in like big games and big moments, but sometimes it's the occasional one where it can die a little bit.
Like it was honestly like that when I saw the White Sox, and that was the game where they almost had a big comeback as well. It was the same thing. The crowd was into it like the whole time. It was way louder than I would have ever expected. So just this year, just missing years.
That's true.
Worth of
Getting
games.
baseball back, it's
Yeah.
been pretty awesome. So we were sitting in the stands, a little dejected. Then the comeback started happening, and then
Once Sean
Theo, do you want to
Manaea
go?
got out of there.
Here's the thing, and we should say I don't want to drag Anthony, but he said some stuff about Gurriel this season, and I don't know if I've done enough to defend Luis Gurriel because I've been a fan of him for a while, and I really wanted him to turn it on.
Theo's whole thing is that he's his left fielder.
He's my left fielder. I keep saying
the past 2 weeks that has been the case.
I've been saying recently, mostly to
I
Tony.
keep saying he's a bat without a home. Defensively.
There's a lot more talk the last 3 weeks than throughout the season. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm just saying I was on the trend earlier. I said he's starting to be more patient. He's waiting for his pitches to hit. He's doing amazing. When we were down 8-4, bases loaded, I said if he hits this grand slam, I will buy his jersey.
Well, you wanted me to do it first.
And as soon as I finished saying that,
you didn't because at first it was like, Tony, you need to buy me this jersey, and then when he actually said it, he's like, all right, fine. If Gurriel hits this, I will buy his jersey, and then it was gone, like absolutely tanked.
Yeah.
Man of my word, I had to do it. It was I wanted to get the new blue for Gurriel. They didn't have it.
The baby blue, they didn't have it. But we had to make Theo follow up on it. Now we had to stay in our seats. We were going to do this after the game. And then there's the Marcano home run where Theo almost wavered. There was a moment there where he was not going to buy this jersey.
I'm like, I'm going to buy a jersey in a loss like this. It would, I love Lourdes, so that's fine. It's a good jersey to have. Now that you guys talked to me and knew it, you're like, you know what? No one has this jersey. That's going to be a good,
it's unique.
You don't want to just have a Vladdy jersey. Everyone has that. But what's more impressive, I think, was in the 9th inning because we were down 10.
Oh, yeah.
Tony says randomly, I've never not seen Semien hit a home run as a Blue Jay. You've been to like 2 games before this one. He hit a home run both times. He has to hit one right now. And this was before the inning when he was like due up 3rd.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You guys hit on Semien.
Yeah.
Walk-off home run. And it was like.
And we lost our goddamn minds. Like it was. You can't really go to a better baseball game.
No, the last time we all went to a game together in those kind of section of seats was the Rays comeback in 2018.
Yeah.
Where we were down by.
Well, in the 100 level, yes.
Yeah. Exactly. When we weren't like sitting.
Where
we had
Sergio
some 200
Romo,
level outfields, but mostly in the 500s.
In the Sergio Romo again, both times.
That's right.
Lost the game. What are the chances of that happening, right? That's what I said in the first inning. They scored 2. I'm like, the comeback's already on.
It was awesome. Like that game was pretty unbelievable to be at, and we said it was going to take like Theo said, like I had said before, it was going to take like a Rockies-like run, and then they just keep chugging in this A's series. Like
they kept going.
Yeah. Like Saturday happens.
Another game for Gurriel. Like he made a mistake in the outfield where he threw the wrong base, but he made up for it offensively again. It seems to be what he does every day now.
Yeah, another 4 RBI game.
It's like you need shit like this to go your way. Even if they don't make the playoffs, when people are complaining about the team saying, I can't watch this shit anymore, this is the most exciting team we've had since the playoff runs, and they're going to keep being this exciting.
Well, that's like I said, I'm still not certain this is a playoff team, but I wanted exciting September baseball, and you don't get much more exciting than this. You really don't. So, yeah, Saturday happens. They pound them again. It was Lourdes just taking over this weekend. And then you have Robbie Ray just go out and so the first Blue Jays pitchers to have 10 strikeouts over 6 innings in what was 4 consecutive games. No one else had ever done that. Roger Clemens had done it 3 times, a whole bunch of times. We've been just saying it all season. Robbie Ray, like he might be the Cy Young winner. He's been ridiculous.
I'm not even being a homer. He's the Cy Young.
He should be, but we know how the voting's going to go.
Garrett Cole, New York Yankees pitcher, highest paid pitcher in the world.
This should be a good trivia.
Doesn't have spider tack anymore.
When's the last time a team had the second in MVP and second in Cy Young? Because that's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah, and imagine Vladdy's going to hit. He hit 40 today. He's going to go over 100. He's at 98 RBIs. He's not going to win AL MVP because of Shohei. Like it's insane.
I mean, in 2015, Price was second in Cy Young too.
Yeah.
Except we had the
JD won
Donovan
the
one.
MVP.
Yeah, so it was almost that.
But you also look at that Rays start, and coming into this Yankee series, you wanted everyone as fresh as possible. We needed to use Romano twice because of the Soria stuff that happened on the Saturday.
Yep.
You needed him to okay, we know no leverage situation. We need you to just be great, and he was. The offense showed up enough, and just stuff like that is just intangible stuff you can't put on stats. You just when the moment's big, he's always showing up, and
he's getting better later into the season. That's a thing with guys where they fade, and he throws a lot of fastballs. He's a max effort guy. You can hear him grunt all the time, and he's getting better the later into the season. This is it's ridiculous. And then Marcus fucking Semien, he's up to 37 dingers after today.
Or when I've been there.
And then you get into today's game against the Yankees, which it ended 8-0, but it was 2-0 and 3-0. It was low scoring. It was tight. Holy Christ! Marcus Semien and Robbie, they were talking about extending them in the broadcast, which was wild because that's what we want.
Yeah,
we didn't think it was possible.
We didn't expect to hear that. At this point in the year.
And you were talking about pitchers fading away. Today was an example of Taillon has been kind of fading away, and we couldn't get after him. And I'm I texted you guys. I'm we're up 2-0 here, but it's and
then that huge Lourdes to get the third tag on run off of Taillon, to basically knock him out of the game. No, I think he got out of the 7th. He went 7. But that was huge to get the extra run in a normal situation. I know they won 8-0, but that was a huge moment because the Jays weren't doing that in late close games. They weren't scoring. They weren't knocking runners in with scoring position, and they weren't scoring runs in late close situations. And then not only does that happen, fucking Marcus Semien goes and hits a grand slam and just completely put it out. He's up to 37 home runs. That was his second dinger of the day. The best two is Vladdy should have been walked, and then the umpire with the terrible strike call, and Vladdy just okay, Yankee Stadium special.
Your poor excuse of a porch. Fuck that.
And then Teoscar hit one too, barely got over the fence. That's just they took advantage. I love it.
Simmons grand slam
in their park.
That's what happened. We said we couldn't hit a home run outside of Buffalo. Yeah, fuck you.
But
dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
And Hyun-Jin Ryu was nails today. Now I know you took him out with 80 pitches, and there's a lot of people being I don't know why you would do that. It's here's the thing. I know you're paying him $20 million. He went 6 innings. You were facing Stanton and Judge. I get it. I get why you did it. And here's the thing. It's gotten squirrely on him late in games.
It was one of my favorite decisions Montoya's made this year. And it's something you would think is complete opposite of what I would want. But watching Ryu, he's had games where from the 1st to the 5th, he looks unhittable. And then the 6th
that was today.
The Baltimore game was like that this week.
Exactly. Yeah. Same situation. You're you want him to end on a positive, especially when you don't need to push him out against, the same lineup for the third time. And I think it was a perfect time to take him out. You can argue Richards or Simber. I think they're close enough as far as caliber of pitchers where I'm not too
exactly
what you use there.
Yeah.
But I think it was a perfect time to take him out, and it was a time where I'll give Montoya some credit for that.
That's exactly. I think we all agreed there that it was okay, we like that. We actually like that decision. If I'm going to scream and yell about how many dumb things he does, we have to actually point out when he does something smart.
That and pinch hitting Valera on the Friday. 2 great decisions for Charlie.
Yeah, and then he decided to start him. You talked about on Friday that he earned a start on Saturday, and then he hit a home run on Saturday. So it's all.
That was a wall scraper too.
Yeah.
He knew it off the bat though. Yeah. Ravik knew it right away.
They don't ask Kyle, they ask how money.
Yeah.
But it's special right now.
They're going on a run, and that's what we were joking around today. And it's just okay, well, they're going to face Garrett Cole tomorrow, and it's going to be Steven Madsen. It's well, this is kind of if you're going to go on that run, if you're going to make people believe, you kind of have to win that game somehow. You have to figure it out. Now, again, it's the Yankees. You kind of just want to take 3 or 4 here. You want to win the series, to actually keep everything going because they're a team you're directly trying to leapfrog. So you have to win the series if this is even going to be possible, which we keep talking about it being very hard to do because they can only lose 9 more games the rest of the season if you want to win 90 or 91 games. They've been doing the math on Twitter like
I
crazy.
think it's like what are they? They're like 17-10 now, 16-10 after the last few wins.
Yeah,
It's like
because they went on
reasonable.
because they went on that roll. But it's still like 9. It's like 17-9 because there's
But
26
they still
games.
have 7 games with the Orioles. They have 2 series with Minnesota, I think. But
Yep.
they do have those Rays series mixed in.
Exactly. But again, and like you need to take this Yankee series specifically because this is one of the teams you need to leapfrog. If this is even going to be real, and need the Red Sox to keep they need to start sliding. The A's, holy shit! You saw it in the series against the Blue Jays. They just got pounded. They are just falling apart. I'd also like to mention Nate Pearson in the Robbie Ray blowout. Wow, that was a different Nate than the Nate we saw. Like, that was filthy. It came the side, wasn't even really close. You know what I mean? Like, he just embarrassed guys. That was great to see. And then the Julian Merriweather, who I was convinced was dead, and they were just weakened and burning him. He's okay. He's still day to day. He's not on the active roster, but he was in the dugout today. So that's got to mean something, right?
He's with the team in New York. Big, huge shock of the season, I would say.
Yeah. He pitched last night in Buffalo, so I guess he's back.
I hope so. We
Now his bullpen also kind of looks pretty good.
It does, and I guess you do have AJ Cole. Like, if you do need a guy in the leverage spots, I think he's healthy now.
AJ Cole.
So if you need, wasn't he?
Is he healthy? Did they option him? I know Castro got optioned.
What?
Maybe. I know Castro got optioned mid game.
I thought they
but I
said
don't know about
AJ Cole was healthy, but he's in Buffalo.
Maybe. Could be.
But it just makes your pen that much deeper. I would like to see Merriweather get some low leverage spots like Pearson kind of had, but you're not really going to have that chance if you want him to pitch this series. I don't see a scenario where we're blowing the Yankees out every game here, but especially tomorrow with Garrett Cole on the mound. So he's going to have to come in and be what he was for us to really have that opportunity. And we're just going to have to continue doing what he does for this team to continue to
he needed to get hot. And something we did talk about was even if this team wasn't going to make the playoffs, you want to see Bo and Vladdy get hot. And oh my God, have they gotten hot again? They needed to get hot and start taking this team on their shoulders. Teoscar's hitting home runs again. They're starting to get rolling. Semien, who had a bit of a cool streak, is now hitting dingers like crazy. He's at the 37. He's going to hit 40 this year.
Yeah, I didn't even realize how close he was till the weekend. I'm like, he has 35. Wow, he's gonna get to 40.
It's nuts.
40 guys and a 30 guy.
Yeah,
Bo's gonna be around 25. It's pretty nuts. 21 right now. Lourdes could get to 20 if he keeps his hot streak up. It's pretty ridiculous. This offense is really rolling. Kirk, Danny Jansen's hitting the ball hard.
Yeah, Danny's hit 4 home runs in a little over a week.
He's come back. Yeah. So, it's this catching situation looks great. All of us the offense is back. The starting pitching has always been there, and it now looks like they figured the bullpen out. But we'll see if they have enough time because again, they have to go on an insane win streak here. It would have to be insane. They gotta take 3 of 4 from the Yankees, and then they would basically have to take 3 or 4 from the Orioles, which you should be doing. But again, we saw how that went.
We saw what the Yankees did with the Orioles. It's not always a guarantee.
Exactly. So hopefully, again, next week we're coming back here just being like, holy shit, they're still on fire. They're still rolling, because that's when things could really change. Because again, you're playing teams directly in front of you, and then you have to beat the hell out of shitty teams like the Orioles. You just do. And again, we had all the bad vibes from the beginning of the week, but they still won that series, and that was huge.
We did say, or at least I said, if they did sweep the A's, we'd be right back in. At least I said that.
Yeah, no, you did say that, and I kept laughing at you because I was like, it's not going to happen, and then it did fucking happen. Exactly. They leapfrogged the A's, and now it's the Mariners are looking like the team that's them and the Jays are getting hot. The Mariners have been hot all season, which is insane.
That's the one team we can't beat, and we could have taken them out pretty much at the time. They were I think they were kind of slipping a bit, and we were playing them, and then they beat us. So it was
exactly.
They got
season series.
Oh, they have Houston this week, so hopefully, Houston helps us out a little bit.
I feel
and we have to talk about George Springer.
Yeah.
Where did we leave off last time? I can't remember what we lost.
We thought he was going to be DL'd or IL'd by Friday when we were at the game. And the fact that you've seen him Like today was really bad when he fouled the ball off his knee, and then he had that swing where he K'd and knee just gave out. They took him out for Jake Lamb. He has not been good since coming back. Like I know he hit again. He came out hot.
It was good on Friday.
Exactly. Came out hot, and then now you're starting to see that he's probably doing some damage to it. He's in a lot of pain. He's not running all that well.
Well, he can't re-aggravate a knee injury. It can't get worse.
That is such bullshit.
It makes no
sense. Bullshit.
Did he tell the team that, or is some doctor getting paid?
I honestly don't know, because we've talked about how fucked up things are with his training staff. And
I mean, we know George wants to play too.
Yeah, but at some point, you can't let the $150 million man break himself.
Yeah, like that. They're clearly taking his opinion. Like they're listening to it. Like you saw it after it hit the ball, it off his knee. They came out and he said, "No, I'm good."
Yeah, and then that swing was terrible. His knee gave out.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to expect here. I don't know how many days off he's going to get in a row. I don't know what's going to happen now, but I wouldn't expect he's going to play tomorrow.
No, probably not.
I mean, you'd like to see that happen against Garrett Cole, but I don't think it's going to happen after today.
The Jake Lamb game?
Well, he'd probably play third base. I don't know who's going to DH.
It'll probably be one of the Dickerson will play for sure.
Yeah, I could. Oh, they might even put
Lourdes and Randall.
Which just means that Randall's playing more, and I don't want to.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
His bat's going to have to stay in lineup at this point, and it's going to get under 700 OPS like we talked about last year.
He had that nice catch, but
he did have a nice catch. God. Defensively, he's been great.
Yeah. Friday he had a really nice catch, and then yesterday
he's unplayable offensively. Like he's one of the worst hitters in baseball right now. And if Springer is out, he's going to be playing almost every day.
Mm-hmm.
You need him to not be that, and you need Lourdes to keep being good. And those are what your season's going to come down to, I think.
Yeah. No, Lourdes has to stay hot. He can't cool down. Teo has to get hot again, and then Vlad and Bo have to keep this going. Like that, everything, like Kirk, you know what I mean? Like it all has to go right for them. Everything has to go right, because this is how little leeway they've left themselves. That's just what it is, honestly.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything else that you want to add?
No, it's just it feels weird just buying this far back in just such a short amount of period of time. But
again, I'm not convinced they're a playoff team, but if you keep winning, that's you know what I mean? Like you have to do that. That's what has to happen. And they're doing it. And they're doing it in an exciting fashion. And I did say that I wanted exciting September baseball so I could go down to the Dome and watch exciting games. And it can't get much more exciting than 11-8 or 11-10 in walk-off fashion, fucking like we witnessed. So,
by the way, a little off topic, but we've talked about Bo's defensively a lot, but can we appreciate that we are not starting certain people at shortstop?
Gleyber Torres.
Holy shit.
How many more excuses are they going to give this guy for being?
Well, no. The worst part about this is this just means 100% they're signing one of the shortstops this offseason.
Carlos Correa or
Story or Javi Baez. Well, Javi Baez would be hilarious because his offense, he hits dingers, but he is gets on base like Randall.
I think it'll be Story because he's not going to be that expensive this offseason.
He should be.
Well,
he had a down season, but
Correa's getting a lot more at this point.
But Correa's hurt more often. Story's the more consistent. Well, I guess they're gonna people will take into fact that the Coors Field effect, but I think he's a really good baseball player.
And he's older too, right?
I also just really don't want. Well, Story's 28, 29. How old's Correa? I want to say he's about the same.
About the same.
Carlos Correa has a lot of marriage years already. That adds an extra year or two. He's also so hateable that I don't mind.
I hate him so much, and he would actually fit the Yankees because Correa's he'll be 27 at the end of the year, so he's 2 years younger. So oh, that's right, because he'll be the Bryce Harper age, and and Manny Machado, he was one of those guys that came up at 19.
Yeah, but Arenado kind of helped out with the whole Coors Field critique because he's had a nice season. So.
But he hasn't had the type of season he usually has, where he hits.
No, he's also
he hasn't been the same guy. But he's also getting older.
Was he 32 or?
I think he's 31. But again, Yeah.
Yeah, he's only 30.
Yeah, so
Okay.
he's kind of fallen off since he left Coors Field. But I don't know. I think Story's pretty damn good, and I also just don't want him to be a Yankee. But we'll see what happens.
I was reading some Oakland A's blog pages after the series with us, and how miserable is it that they lost Marcus Semien for a contract they could have? I know they're a poor ass team, but like,
And look at what they've got at a shortstop. Look what they got at a shortstop.
Like they're probably the worst in the
Nothing.
league at shortstop.
Exactly, and you could have had him.
Like that's just all time stingy ownership. It's not even like, oh, they just paid a lot of money we couldn't imagine. It's straight up qualifying.
It was a 1 year deal.
1 year deal.
And what is Mark? And here's the thing: what does Elvis Andrus make? $17 million.
I think it's. Well, let's look.
I think it's 17, and he's bad.
He's awful.
And you can tell Marcus is one of the better guys in the league as far as a person. And I don't think he would have probably wanted to stay there.
He's from Oakland.
Yeah.
Yeah, they saved like $4 million this year by getting Elvis. It's not even that big of a discount.
It's ridiculous.
If that was our ownership group, I know we hate Rogers, but they do enough to make us.
Yeah, well, they've been spending money recently. And here's the thing: if they end up extending fucking Robbie Ray and Marcus Semien, I might cry.
I mean, I'll have to get a shirt if he comes back.
Even if it's an overpay over term, I don't give a shit. That's just like what teams like the Yankees do. You just kind of bite the bullet.
Exactly. You just do it. Well, and like maybe they'll try to lock up the kid. Well, I don't see them locking up the kids. I kind of see them taking them at least into arbitration. You know what I mean?
Well, the kids aren't even going to want to sign this early.
No, if we needed like the Atlanta situation where they got everyone, hey.
Yeah. They got them all before they were good. Well, actually, no, they didn't. Albies and Acuna were already really good.
Yeah, you get like big league sons who don't really need the money desperately. So you're like, I'll wait and get my $400 million eventually.
That right. Yeah. Anything else you boys want to get
to? Nothing else big. Anything else big in Major League Baseball going on?
We're watching this Red Sox game right now. They're up 8-7, bottom of the seventh. This is a huge game. Like if
need the Rays to win this game. Need the Rays to win this game.
Just take 2 or 3. That'll keep us,
Yes, but hopefully sweep the Red Sox because let's get greedy. Let's get greedy.
Yeah. I think if the Mariners beat the Astros this week, I will officially be very nervous about them as far as our chances. Because I think this is a series where they come back. Hopefully.
If that happens, there's a big problem. There's a big problem in this wild card situation.
Yeah, AJ Cole. Yeah, I just saw it on the ticker. AJ Cole.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
nice. So now they have depth in the bullpen too. So pretty great. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't keep saying this. Did you see Brian blew another game in Washington as a visitor? I saw he got signed by I forget
the Mets.
The Mets, yeah, and he was like blowing the game in Washington.
He was awful. I don't think he got any outs.
Brad stinks.
Why does he keep going up Washington to play against them?
Well, why did the Mets keep taking the guys we don't want? I don't know.
I don't know. It's hilarious though.
Because the Mets stink.
They're a really dumb team. We all know that already.
Oh, the owner's just all over Twitter. It's great. So great. That's been it for this episode of the Toronto Untitled Blue Jays podcast. I'm Steve Artabello with Anthony Harris and Theo Giordano. You can find us at our website, torontountilt.com. You can find us on our Twitter at Toronto Untilt. You can find us on our YouTube, where this video is going to be posted, Toronto Untilt. And of course, you can find us anywhere that you listen to podcasts. That's Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, Bleaker, all of the things. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends. Hopefully the Blue Jays can keep this shit up.
I agree.